Previously on Kennesaw Ghost.
Hello, Kennesaw Ghost folks. Dave here. Today we're at the Garrett Collesium. We heard a lot about paranormal activity here. Somebody wanted to be heard. So we started getting spikes going off our equipment.
No, I'm picking up on that little girl.
Why are you here?
We're here to investigate.
I asked if anybody else seen what I was looking at, but it looked like an ape's head. So I don't know if this was a reference to the Planet of the Apes that's hanging around. So that's Hank Sr.'s dressing room. Freedom. Why are you still here wanting freedom? Said you're weak. Is it no spirit keeping you here? I want you to leave. You're 14? Does that mean anything to you?
Locker 14. That's it?
That's it. Well, that's it. That's it. All right, we're gonna go locker 14 and see what you got going on there. The thing about Garrett Collesium, it was built on a cotton field. So when you go there, it's really super flat. When they excavated the thing, they probably got somebody's friend or two, got pulled up from there.
But like I said, this is the east part. There is a portion of the building there. We used to have the tunnels that you can be accessed here. The old dressing rooms are on, some of them are on this side of the building. And so this is kind of how it just kept going and going and going.
That's where a lot of people get dressed at. They have like basketball games. Like they used to have arena football in there. Of course, all the rodeos that goes through there, concerts. Sometimes Disney on Ice goes in there. So maybe one of the days they have a Montgomery hockey team in there, hopefully.
We gotta get air conditioning in the building, obviously, to be able to keep the ice. So that's one of our biggest things. But that's one of the goals for us to bring back ice.
Hockey come to Montgomery, everybody.
So this building has the huge boilers that have been here since the beginning of the Garrett Collesium, and we've just been able to get those, but those have tunnels that feed them. And those are the tunnels that we've been told were blocked off back in the 70s that used to be the route back and forth from the inmate camps that were local.
So before we walked into them lockers, we heard in another room something about locker 14 comes to the spirit box. And that's when Christy got excited. She said, I got chills on my arm now because she heard it too. Then she started telling her story about she was in there one time to use the restroom or go in there for something, and she seen something, a black mass, if I'm telling this right, go from left to right or something like that. And she actually called somebody because she was so nervous to come down there and walk her out of that room.
So one of the first things I thought of when you called and said, hey, we'd like to investigate the Collesium was my own personal experience here. We came down here one day, we were setting up for an event, and I came to the necessity of life, and I went in locker room 15 because the other two were booked that we usually use. I walked in, and I went and kind of turned to go into the coach's suite, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a black mass go from left to right, so it'd be kind of like from locker room 15 through the wall to 14. And that, to me, scared the life out of me. Like, I really had never seen anything personally, and to see that then, and that's the first thing that pops in my head. I actually called my office manager, hey, I need you to come down here and get me because I was scared to walk out of that room at that point in time. So to see, hopefully, what y'all will find here will be great for us.
Good deal.
So for black masses, it could be a buildup of energy. It could be a spirit trying to show itself. We've had a lot of times where clients have called us because they've got a shadow person.
Locker 15 is where I saw the mass, and it told us to go to locker 14.
Here we go. Wow, that's cool. That's pretty cool. All right, we went in there, we heard all kinds of stuff. I know everything looks kind of new in there for the old building, but they've done an amazing job fixing it up, but there's a lot of residual in them walls and them floors that still talk or still around and want to rumble around with us, or anybody. All right, so we're in locker 14, actual room called 14. I thought it was like something like this. No, this is locker 14. Keep going. When we hear stuff come to the spirit box, we don't always understand what they say. A lot of times I get back home and I go over footage and hear stuff, then I start picking stuff out by piece. It's this little green thing here. Mm-hmm. If it spikes, gets some kind of electrical spike or a spirit might set it off, it'll go from left to right. Now, we've been places with no power, nothing, and it just spark like crazy. So when you hear that sound go off, it's either something electrical or something, spirit or something close by. Hi.
Hi.
What's the bell that's right here?
The concourse.
Concourse. Well, it's gone now. See it? See how it goes? Mm-hmm. Is somebody near me? Near us? It does come like a room 14.
Everything holds like our story. Okay, so these walls are going to hold a remnants of our energy. So basically tells our story. So for a lot of residual hauntings, you're going to have something repeat itself over and over again like a storybook, because our energy is tied into these walls and tied into these structures. You know, we're constantly going in and out of each other's energy all the time.
All right, we're in here, so what's the big deal about locker 14?
We're not meant to carry on other people's energy all the time. And so there's ways of getting rid of that. And so for the walls, there's no way to really cleanse them unless somebody comes in and we work to do so.
Somebody need help in here? We're here now. Talk to Skelly. Talk to Skelly.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful. I got that outside a while ago, coming down the concourse.
Who's being disrespectful?
We're not trying to disrespect you being here, if that's what you think.
Look for me.
Look for me.
I'm trying to phone you, make sure there it is right there.
Where are you? I'll look for you.
Well, that's where I said come closer.
Give me a sign of where to go. Who's being disrespectful?
Why don't you say, I gotta see this. It works. All right, look, Dave. See Jeff and Jennifer? So their figures have been outlined? Okay, because it's picking up them. All right, so we're going to go around the room and maybe we'll catch something moving around. But I'm going to try to debunk everything I see, though, because that's not always means it's a spirit. Sometimes it is.
This happens.
So it's picking up that bag. Are you in one of these lockers?
What happens?
If you're in here, we can see you. Maybe. Maybe.
Is that you, Dave's picking up on the camera? Are you playing hide and seek?
Now be careful with reflections when the glass in here.
When we're using the EMF, or when we use a FLIR device that it picks up on heat, we have to be careful off of reflective surfaces, because our energy or our image can reflect off of like the showers or the mirrors or picture frames. And so where we think we're getting an image of a spirit is necessarily, it's just us reflecting off of that reflective image.
Just got a spike right there.
Nothing there. Where'd you go?
But I don't know what it would have been going through the door.
What's in there?
Just another.
Just a closet.
Rooms. And we went into this one room and the energy in there was just completely off. Like you can tell there was a portal in between the doorway. It was pretty intense.
Do you see that, Dave? It's gone now.
I see it right there.
Look for me.
I'm trying to debunk it, make sure it ain't.
There it is right there.
Where are you? I'll look for you.
Over by the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where I said come closer a while
Give me
ago.
a sign of where to go.
Is that you, Dennis, picking up on the camera? Are you playing hide and seek?
That spot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now be careful of reflections from that glass in here. Turn off the lights. Let me see if it's the lights that's doing that thing every time.
It was crazy intense. And she said that the energy there is off and really heavy, and she doesn't like going into that area. And I can see why it was pretty intense. For portals and vortexes are different energies that you can feel. For a portal, it's just like a difference in the energy. Like you can feel off and you can feel dizzy, and it just feels almost like you're being swayed back and forth. Almost like if you're feeling seasickness, like on a boat. It's just really off. And you can experience all kinds of different things. You can get intense headaches. You can just, you'll lose your balance. It's different for everybody. For me, I can just tell the difference in the energy and know what kind of, what we're dealing with.
Mirror.
Oh, wow.
What you got?
Y'all see this? Taking a shower?
Short. A child taking a shower.
Mm-hmm. And we caught a figure in the shower area. It's like a little kid. I'm not saying anything happened there, but it looked like the kid was spooked about something, no pun intended. Is this what you want me to come closer for? I'm not taking no shower with you, I'm sorry. All right, we'll let you go. Like you wanted to come tell us something happened there. I don't know, but maybe it did, but it was, whatever that dark voices was, it seemed like it was scaring something in the next locker. I don't know, I'm not gonna say that's a ghost or a spirit. It could be, this thing's really funny about picking up stuff, so I'm gonna go on the record and saying I don't know if that's a spirit or not. It might be just picking that up. But you look this way, you don't see anything. Not really. All righty.
Going dancing in the shower.
Yeah. I guess not, because everything's dark. I don't know. So Christy says she's seen the black mass coming. So we walked in locker room 13, and the lights came on. So who was it she seen? Who was it she seen? So with the bathrooms or locker rooms right next to one another, and the shower area is kind of close to one another, so maybe something was crossing from one wall to the next one. And felt like a real dark spirit was in there, where some really dark voices and everything. And locker 13 is where Christy seen the black mass move over to 14. So maybe there is something there, something just keeping other spirits not talking to us. Maybe if we go back again at night, maybe it'll come out and say something to us.
Okay.
It's okay? Good luck. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, a really old lady just said that. Did you hear that?
Don't come any closer.
Don't come any closer. Don't come any closer. What's going on, Grandma? That's what you sound like.
Position.
Position? No doctor. What you do? You a doctor?
When it's time to...
Okay. It's time to what? All right, Grandma, why don't you want us to come closer? What happened to you?
What happened?
I don't know. You tell us. What's the last thing you remember? Well, we just heard sound like a grandmother
Yeah.
said, "Don't come any closer." I mean, it sounds just like an old woman.
So in the hospitality room that was in there, so she said from that room about 30 feet, there's electrical panels. Well, if you come about a good, about 10 feet away from that wall, maybe 10, 15 feet, and the EMF detector was still picking up the EMF off those panels.
Please stop.
So that's like 45 feet
Wow.
of that EMF coming into that room. So I told her anybody that's just sitting there in that room when they're having stuff is gonna feel, might feel nauseous if you're sensitive, real dizzy, just not good at all.
This is the one where I came in and I was just kind of walking here to the coach's room, and that's when it went from left to right.
Okay.
So this is exactly where that was. It was back there by the showers.
The
shower?
It was by the showers?
Walk straight back there.
The showers is weird, man.
Yeah, that's really weird. I was wanting to see when we walked in there to see if we can get what Christy has seen and felt in there. See if we can get something out of that for her and give her some closure on it, or stir it up, piss it off. I don't know. We're trying to get it motivated to talk to us. So, but whatever it was dark and it didn't want us there. Kept on telling us to leave. And I think not long after that, y'all's cameras died.
A lot of times, necessarily, a shadow person does not have to be a bad spirit. It could be somebody who's just not ready to show themselves. So they come in as just a black mass because they're not ready to reveal who they are. Maybe they're going and struggling through something, in the spirit realm of something that they went through on earth, when they were in physical form. So at the Garrett Collesium, Christy had told us about a spirit named Sarah that they had come into contact with during, I think, one of their own personal investigations. When we were in the pantry, I had picked up on a spirit peeking around the corner, and it was a little girl. No, I'm picking up on that little girl. And Christy, said that's when she was telling us about Sarah. This little girl followed us everywhere we went. She was very interested in what we were doing. She wasn't scared of us. She wasn't apprehensive in any way whatsoever, just very curious, like a little child would be. We were able to make contact with her when we went upstairs, I believe in one of the rooms. She came through quite clear on Dave's instruments talking to us. From what I had gathered, she had fallen. I don't know if she had fallen from a structure that had been there prior to the Garrett Collesium back in the day. But she had fallen, and it didn't seem like it was an accident. She had been pushed. What happened? Was it an accident?
That end.
How did she fall? Was she pushed?
I got the word push earlier.
Are you stuck here, Sarah?
Do you believe?
I do believe. Are you stuck here?
Your support?
Do you need me to send you home? They keep saying support. Sarah, honey, do you need me to send you home? You're not Sarah. Let her talk. Sarah, it's okay. You can talk to us.
Well, you can follow us, honey, into any of these rooms and we can talk to you later, okay? She heard me talking to Sarah. So she was also pushed here. And so that's why Sarah has a connection with her. But when Sarah was pushed, it wasn't an accident, like someone killed her. But she got pushed. And so she was gonna walk us to where she got pushed.
Okay.
But it's going, we have to go back down, around to the other side and go up to where I fell.
All right.
So the little girl has attached herself, not necessarily attached herself to Christy, but kind of, you know, she likes following her around. She finds comfort in her being a mom. And so she likes her energy, so she likes to stay around Christy a lot.
So I was telling Jennifer when we were feeling with the little girl across the hall that I've actually been pushed, and we were following the EVP on our phone, sitting there just looking around the building, and up right through this corridor into a room to the left, there's an old spotlight and things like that, but you can look down and there's this huge gaping hole, and it says on the phone, it says, "I fell." And then I felt something just nudge me from behind, just like right there. Like it was kind of just a nudge, not necessarily, I don't know, a push maybe, but that's where I felt that.
She had been up in that same room that we were actually in, where she had been pushed and could have fallen.
When you guys were doing your own investigations up here on your phones, did Sarah talk to you guys through those?
That's where we got the name.
Okay.
That's where we got the name Sarah. They've talked about knives and spitting and conspiracy, and bankruptcy. So when they start thinking, this building was in great disrepair when the city took it over.
Okay.
And it was, I think, on that verge. It was that thought process on they're going to tear it down and renew, redo, what have you.
And so I don't know if that's when Sarah kind of made that connection with her or if it had been prior to that. But it was a very moving conversation that we had with Sarah when we were up there with Dave.
So we picked up Sarah downstairs when we were in, what room was that?
The third floor, or when
Okay.
we walked down the hall,
Yeah.
the corridor on the south side.
So there was just a shift in energy from what, C to,
About to the F.
yeah. And then going upstairs, or was it the same level? Going upstairs, we picked up on Sarah. I haven't picked up on really anything else here, just different energy fluctuations. Different spaces can make you seem like you're off or dizzy. But as I was telling her, like, there's been so much activity going through here. You don't know, I mean, it could be all the energy from the people from all the events that they've had here. You know, all that imprints in the walls. You know, all that energy stays behind. We leave energy behind. We thought it was Dave.
It was a Dave. Other Dave.
The boys ain't tired of her. Yes, it's younger.
You're like what, 30?
You sit down.
Ooh.
See what you got yourself into today?
Yeah.
Look at you now. You got one more grabber for you?
What you trying to get?
So this is what we're gonna go down.
Oh, no, we ain't either. Are we for real?
Yes.
Okay.
So the thing about the tunnels, they were supposed to go from, if you know anything about Montgomery, they have two Air Force bases, Gunner and Maxwell. Well, we're just up the road from Gunner Air Force Base. She was told that the tunnels go from Garrett all the way up the parking lot under the road to the Garrett Collesium Air Force Base. But they didn't. There's a button you step on.
That's no problem.
All right, here we go. Now, why is a chair in here and the rollers in here? Weekend.
Yes, it is the weekend.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Yeah, lover boy. There you go. We go down there. This is maybe what, 3 feet, 4 feet high. We could probably stand up. I'm almost 6 foot, and it's really dark. I mean, super dark. There's no lights down there. There's no anything down there. It's just you in the dark down there. And where are you here? Anybody down here with us? Scott? Scott.
Noah Scott?
Sort of like John Mellencamp's song, Jack and Diane. Well, apparently it was Scott and Lauren down there making up and doing whatever he wants with his chili dog. I don't know. But, all right, Scott. You got down here, you get buried in concrete, that's pouring down here. I know a place in Tennessee where people fell in a hole, got concrete poured on them while they was alive.
Could be the air vents.
Okay.
I know you had trouble.
Thank you, guys. I didn't know what was doing all this either.
Oh, it's okay. I'm a professional.
Oh, this is pretty awesome.
It's a good thing I brought this flashlight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to see nothing down here. This looks, Dave, this goes without saying, this is gonna look awesome.
This is awesome. I mean, I love this stuff. This don't scare me at all. Socks. Like white socks? Or box? No, it says box. Okay, we're gonna get boxed in down here. That's it.
Oh, that's me.
Y'all hear that?
What's that?
Bring your flashlight there, old Dave.
Where are we?
I don't know. So then it said boxed in. So go down there and it's dead stop. We thought the tunnels kept going and going and going, but it actually stops and it say box. And you stand up in it. You can actually, the first time we got to stand up while we was down there, but it said boxed in and it was right on the money, boxed in. So whatever Lauren and Scott was hanging out doing down there, but this is awesome. Might not be paranormal or anything like that down here. Lauren, Scott and Lauren.
This is where Scott and Lauren come to make out?
It must have been.
Man, that's a lot of work to make out, huh?
Yeah, I think that's too much work to
But
make.
yeah, it said box, so like this is, we're boxed in,
We
so.
are boxed in.
But Chris says she's heard the name Lauren before down there. Well, in the area of the Garrett Collesium. But I didn't realize how, I didn't mind it, but it was really cool. It was, so yeah, that was really fun.
So the only thing that I was able to pick up on, which I know we've talked about earlier, was just Sarah. There's different energies here. Not sure whether it doesn't really feel like anything specific, maybe just the place is, so old and has a lot of history. We leave behind energy everywhere, it gets imprinted in the walls. I think a lot of that's just from that. A lot of unexplained EMF readings for sure, especially in the one room where we couldn't explain, the electrical panels weren't giving us anything, and it was just in the dead center of the room, at body length. But not really picking up on anything, just different energy levels, really.
Had a black man voice come through. There's an old porcelain water fountain up top. I asked Dave, he saw it. He said, no, he come back in and then come across the EVP. What did it say exactly?
About that water.
About that water fountain.
Thanks to Garrett Collesium for letting us come in here. For the city of Montgomery allowed us to do this.
Absolutely.
And y'all guys coming down here, Jennifer, y'all get stuck in
65 traffic.
65 traffic. On a scale from 1 to 10, Garrett's probably an 8 right now in the daytime, but at nighttime, it'd probably be a 10. It was a lot of super cool stuff we got, and it'd probably be more super haunted if we went to the tunnels at nighttime, have me and David following me again, it'd probably be a 20. So it's up there.